Okay, hi everybody. Tahara Ezrahti here with Applied Intuition, and I'm a trained clairvoyant. I also teach intuitive development classes, and today I'm here with Nelly Gonzalez. And Nelly has taken my 10-month clairvoyant training, so she does clairvoyant readings professionally in English and Spanish, and she also is an expert with crystals, amongst other things. So I'm excited to welcome Nelly to the Heart of Healing podcast, for her to share how she integrates using crystals and clairvoyant readings together. So Nelly, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Tahara, for having me. Nice to meet you, everyone. And definitely happy to be here and wanted to talk about how I'm using crystals with the clairvoyant training and have incorporated both of them on my reading sessions professionally.
So
Yeah.
Nelly, can you
Mhm.
before you go into that, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started, how you got interested in crystals in the first place and readings and all of this?
Yes. So I've always been like collecting rocks, just random rocks since I was a little kid. I always kind of just, taking walks and hikes, just picked random ones, just the feeling, sometimes the shapes. So I've always known like they've have good energy. And then about 15 years ago, I was introduced to like quartz and started with regular like clear quartz and started feeling the energy off of those stones. And then I got really curious about all the different colors that Earth creates. So I started collecting all the different colors all of, in the rainbow and started noticing all the different properties of each stone. So yeah, that's how I started just becoming more open to crystals and kind of seeing what they have to offer and different ways of using them.
And so then how did that kind of bleed into being interested in other energetic healing modalities and specifically clairvoyant readings, and then like how do you combine them?
Yeah, so with the stone, it kind of also I feel like the stones kind of represent yourself also. Like a rock can be represent you, and it could be, it could be polished, it could be rough, you could have some rough edges. So I just using crystals, each crystal has their own like frequency depending on the color, depending on the shape, the size. So developing my clairvoyant skills with taking the program really helped me kind of tune in to their energy, kind of getting a sense of them. So I started exploring with all the different colors and getting a sense of like their energy and how each color can help the chakras. So for example, the lower chakras have a darker colors, and so some of the stones enhance the chakras. So notice that there's times where maybe your chakra is really low on a certain one, and so the stones can come in and help you kind of raise the energy on that specific chakra. Or maybe sometimes you need to neutralize it, so you need to bring in a different color to kind of neutralize if it's too the energy is too high. So just kind of playing around with the colors, seeing where your chakra might be off or low, and then adding a little bit of boost energy there. So that's kind of how I've started incorporating them. And then also like, with what I said in the beginning, with a rock kind of representing ourselves, sometimes rocks have like other like layers of minerals outside the rock. So that kind of helps me with connecting to your aura and then maybe adding extra layers of protection and things like that. So definitely they help with our chakra system.
So Nelly, when you're doing a reading on someone, is it that you see because you're familiar with the crystals, is it that you see the energy of a particular crystal coming in to help heal someone? And are you able to just send that frequency, or do you need to actually have the physical crystal?
So you could bring in the energy, like say for example, like your grounding. That's one that's like really important. So for the grounding, some people are, having a hard time grounding and they need to have like an extra connection or something that pulls them down to earth. So some earthy minerals, earthy rocks, the colors, trees, roots. So matching the stones that can help you bring in those colors Either you could have the stone, or you could just bring in the color frequency, like visualizing you have that stone already, or bringing that energy from another place, and then just kind of filling in your grounding, and just it really helps connect to what color. And then it also helps the person getting the reading kind of be reminded, if you know, either having the picture of the stone, or maybe having the stone is a good reminder for them to stay grounded and keep working on yourself.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and it's something that you can send people home with. Like you can tell them, oh, it looks like ruby would be good for your grounding, or amethyst would be good for your heart chakra, and then they might have that stone already, and they can remember to carry it with them, or hold it to their heart, or just look at it, or maybe they should go buy a stone. I think it's nice to provide someone something that they can do after the reading to keep that healing frequency going, and that they can help themselves in that way. So I see crystals as being a great thing to do. You can carry them in your pocket to help, you know, not just imbued your energy field with that frequency, but remind you to run that frequency.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And then also, like, I've been handing out rose quartz. So it's just like a reminder for everyone, just, you know, keeping that love, that sharing love, having grace, having, you know, positivity. And so, yes, so it's like a sharing kind of love with each other, and, you know, having gifting stones to friends, especially during the holidays when they're having a difficult time. It's also really good to help them with their energy.
So I see you have a whole desk full of beautiful crystals there. Can you go through and share some of your favorite crystals, and maybe what they're good for, and how someone could use them for healing?
Yes, yes. So yeah, I brought a whole variety of stones. So I'm gonna start with some of the tumbles. So stones, you can find them polished, raw. You can find some large stones, small stones, but I'm starting with just kind of these smaller tumble stones. They, you know, you can find them. Earth creates stones in all different colors in the rainbow, depending on the mineral components. So, you know, you have some darker ones, some lighter ones. You even have some stones that have both two different minerals in one, like this clear quartz and tourmaline. So when you find some of those, it's going to help even more, like, you know, maybe protection, or two different chakras. So these are really good. You might also see them in palm shape, like a round shape. That's more like to really hold on. You can really connect with them. And then you also sometimes see them in sphere shape, just like a round sphere shape. Um, Sometimes you'll see them in towers. So also their shape can, you know, help with different meditations. So for like these towers, you can use them to create grids. You can use them to program things, maybe put them above maybe a prayer, or, you know, you're going to give them to someone. Excuse me. And so you also sometimes notice that some stones have like an aura um, enhancement to them. And so those are stones are really good for your own aura protection. They're like a reminder of having an extra shield of protection for your aura.
So Nelly, what are those towers that you just showed us?
So these are
Like if
this
you could maybe each stone kind of bring it up to the camera, that would be great, because we can get a nice good view of it.
so this is a green fluorite, and green is really good for the heart, for grounding, for luck. This is a moss agate. It's like ocean agate with some of that aura treatment that gives you like also it was really good for reflecting negative energy back. So it's just kind of just shoots things back. You also see sometimes like twins. I wanted to show you guys these twin crystals, where there's two of them growing together. So those are really good for like healing a partner, family, you know, a child. These are really good. You'll also sometimes see crystals come in like a natural geode. These are some of my favorites. This is the raw geode. And then when they're broken in half, you'll see like nice druzy crystals in the center. And these are really good to have to like cleanse other stones or charge stones. You can even use a druzy kind of to kind of cleanse your aura if you're feeling kind of heavy. You will see even like small little chips. The chip ones are really good to carry with you to give to people, or you can even create like your own elixir, gem elixir. So you can, grab something, glass or your special cup, and then you can add your crystals, a little bit of water, let them charge out in the sun, make your own spray, crystal spray. You can also find crystals in different shapes, like eggs representing fertility. The spheres are all around crystals, so you can, do multiple things. It just kind of keeps that energy flowing. You also sometimes see quartz that is double terminated like this. So these are really good for clearing energy. Like when you have blocks in your chakras, you want to maybe open the front, close the back, or just cords. So this kind of helps open the fields, I guess you could say. It helps just break down anything stagnant with the both sides shooting energy, clearing energy with
So
those.
Nelly, how would you actually use that?
So I would either meditate with it, or if you're feeling like, let's say your heart is closed and you really want to open your heart and it's just really hard. Like it's especially people that are like solid rock hard to break into people. They need to like release that outer layer that's preventing them from living their life the best. You just, either meditate with it, or you can hold it on the area that you're want to open, and then just kind of visualize the energy kind of breaking apart from both sides. So this is really good for that.
And if you were using that with someone else, you would either hold the crystal and then imagine it breaking through their chakras, or just if you didn't have the crystal, just know that that's what that energy is for, and kind of use it that way with your just the energy of it. Is that correct?
Just the energy of it. You don't even have to have it, just visualizing it. You could draw it out even in a piece of paper. Just visualizing that the area where you want to work on, you want it to clear up. And so you're wanting to bring in like an extra tool to kind of help push things out the way. Visually, it's like more of visualizing it. When I'm doing readings for people, I'm either, grabbing it and then kind of using my hands to clear on the area, or a distance reading. I just visualize the area that I'm working on and then turn either negative reverse to clear. And then when we want to seal it, I'll do clockwise, but depending how you're reading energy. But yeah, these are really good. Also, they're really good for the third eye. So some people have their third eye blocked, and these are really good to kind of open that third eye and clear stuff.
And is it just the quartz or any crystal that has the double terminated ends?
Any stone will do it. The double terminated is kind of like the extra boost. Like this is, the next level of clearing when you've tried with your regular tumbles, the regular rocks, and it's not really, doing a whole lot. Then you need to bring in the extra, the one with the boost. And so this is a really good one. It's clear, so it just kind of helps remind you of clearing. But again, pretty much, and it doesn't have to be pointy. Sometimes you just need even just a clear quartz. Clear quartz just clears everything. So I highly recommend starting with clear quartz is probably the best way to begin your crystal journey. And also want to show some of the druzies. So these are also druzies. So they're also kind of like the geodes. These have a lot of sparkle. Sparkle is really good for uplifting your aura. I love giving away sparkly crystals to people who are like sad because it just makes them happy again. And they're also really good for other crystals to cleanse or activate them. So you can use these as plates and then put a little stone on top of them to clear them. So I can do that. Also, there's geometric, like Earth creates natural geometric crystals. Some come in cubes, and then some other ones kind of look like this. So this is a sapphire, a pink sapphire. And you notice some stones will have triangle shapes in them. So those are really good to connect with your record keeper, your Akashic record keeper. So you can, use those geometric shapes to help you. And then the aura crystals. So these are ones that are treated with, titanium or different colors. And so these are good reminders to protect your aura or to have that aura protection all the time or when you most need them. But those are really good. The aura ones are for your aura. Then you have some like raw ones that are maybe shaped as this is a root. So this is a green amethyst root. So these root ones are really good for anchoring, like manifesting. If you want to like create something, you really want it to root it down to your grounding, create some visualize your goals and want to amplify it with some roots. Or like I said, you could just carry any raw stone, like some raw fluorite. These have like different colors, so they're really pretty. These are also have fluorite has all the different colors in the rainbow, so it helps you with bringing in all the colors in your aura. So that's a good reminder. Let's see here. What else do I have? You'll have some amethyst. So these are kind of similar to the roots where they're pointy. This one has clear quartz and amethyst and smoky quartz. So this one's good for like clearing, protection, and intuition. So these are good to have.
Does it matter the size of the crystal?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the size. I mean, it does matter when you're trying to clear or protect like a home, like a large home. You want to have like a good sized crystal for like your whole like living room or something, bigger that can amplify a bigger space. But if you're working on yourself, you really need just little crystals. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or huge. It could be just the small little tumbles and maybe a few of those and just start adding to your collection. There's also fossils. And so fossils are really good for grounding. Where is this? So these are little fossils. Petrified wood. Those are really good for grounding, kind of reminding you to connect yourself back to earth and, get yourself grounded. So those are really good. Then you have some that help bring in light. Like sometimes people are really in the dark place and you want something that's going to bring you light. And so then you want those white stones. Those white stones kind of light up that darkness. So selenite is really good for that. So I recommend selenite for people who are depressed or really down. Also want to talk about they collect energy. They're absorbing information, things from our environment. So eventually, they become full of energy and they need to be cleansed or cleared. So I recommend like every once in a while clearing your stones, especially if you're dealing with a lot of like heavy stuff that you want help with. The stones, after they've done their job, keep cleaning them. Well, you could use them to do a job, or if you want to keep, using them, definitely clean them. And you can clean them by either like just washing them plain water. You can use smudge, some sage, burn some sage, cleanse your stones. You can put them in the sun to clear, to recharge. There are some like amethyst and aquamarine that you shouldn't leave in the sun for too long. But for the most part, you could put them in the sun. You can recharge them in sand, salt. You could put them out in the full moon to charge. So you could do a whole bunch of stuff. You can visualize, just cleansing the stones, just with your hand, with just your vision, cleaning them, visualize that you're cleaning them. And, I like to always add in some white light to charge them back up. I also like to mention that stones can come to your life temporarily. That's one thing that I learned over time. Like I've been really attached to certain crystals and then all of a sudden they disappeared and I'm like, oh my God, what happened to my stone? And so I finally come to accept that, they will come to your life for either a period or time to help you, and they might continue on with their journey and maybe help someone else. So just not being so attached to them helped me kind of just absorb their benefits and then just keep moving on and maybe giving them to other people that might need them. And so that's kind of how I've been, collecting stones. My favorite ones would probably be, the shungites. And so some stones have extra properties. Some stones help like absorb EMF radiation, just bad energy that's coming from either the computer, your cell phones, that can give you headaches. So there are certain stones that help you kind of draw that energy or neutralize those EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. So shungites is really good, just to rebalance your entire aura. It's cleansing. It's a carbon stone. I love the sparkly stuff. That's just my favorite. Anything sparkly just brings happiness. So happiness is the way to go.
That's part of how we connected. We met in a weave training in 2014, and we were in the same mastermind group, and we realized we both liked glitter and sparkly things, and we became kind of like sparkle sisters.
Yes, glitter sister.
Like, this is one of my favorite stones that you gave me that sits next to my bed, and it just makes me happy every time I look at it.
That's one of my favorites. Yes, it's one of these. Yes.
Yeah. So Nelly, I want to open this up to questions and switch our view for a second here and see if either Mary or Mike, either one of you want to unmute yourself if you have a question. And if not, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, she answered all my questions because I had a question about clearing them. And I also had a question about amethyst because I left my amethyst outside thinking I was being smart and it faded. So, but I have you on my cell phone, but I wanted to show you, or you can probably.
Well, Mary, we don't have, you have to turn your camera on.
Well, I don't even know if it'll show up. I'll try if I can explain it. I bought I think it's called Argonaut. What's it? No, that's not the word. Wait, let me find my video.
One of the things I appreciate about Nelly is she's so good with stones. I can usually take a picture of something and show it to her, and she'll know what it is. So there we go, Mary. Go ahead, show us what you're.
So it's this. The resin heart.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about. The orgone. Yes. So it's a device created from epoxy crystals, metals, and what they're supposed to do. It should have like a coil inside the orgone or some copper. So what the copper is supposed to do is just like absorb all the negative energy and then transform it into positive energy. So that's a cool little thing.
Because I had it sitting soft side, I don't know how, the rounded side down, and it's been sitting on my former dog's ashes, his box, on his little altar. And I didn't know if I should be doing that or not.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It usually it's just transforming into positive energy. So that's a good thing.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then those you don't really need to clean them. They're automatically getting cleansed, so that's a good thing.
Okay. And they go, does it matter which side is up?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it depends on the coil that is added to the charm or the device. But if it's usually it's fine just the way that it's created, just flat side down. If you're kind of trying to figure out exactly what direction, you can use a pendulum to see like is it going left or is it going right? You want it to go right, pretty much.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
And
You're
Nelly,
welcome.
that looks like that was one of your organites.
Yeah, I
It
thought it
is.
looked familiar.
Yeah.
No, I bought it from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nelly introduced me to Tahara's work. I met you at Earth Day, I think.
Oh,
you said,
you are
"What?
so right.
You have to go to Tahara's classes." And I'm like, and then you were so enthusiastic, I went.
Oh,
So
yay.
we've
I'm
come
so
full
glad.
circle. Ah,
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm glad the universe brought us together.
Yeah.
me too.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Mary.
Okay,
Mike,
bye.
do you have any questions for Nelly? You can keep you don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to,
Mhm.
but you can.
Nelly.
Mike's in a snowstorm up in
Hi.
Seattle.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
you got the mic.
Yeah, it's a little cold out here,
Oh, wow.
and
You're in the snow.
it's snowing.
Wow.
So my question for you is, you see that I like to do the energy manipulation. Do you know, is there a certain type of crystal that would be the most powerful for that type of stuff?
I've been thinking a lot about that, and I'm thinking, um, I when I was practicing a little bit of that energy manipulation, I noticed that some of the metal stones or like that, magnetic field to them, is stronger with the stones that have a metal in them. So I'm thinking that maybe like a shungite, or there's terahertz, pyrites, or any metallic stone that has that metal in it. I think you'll probably be able to work or feel that push that magnetic energy even stronger, I think. um I started playing with this hematite, and I felt like easier to maneuver it versus like a different stone. It just was easier for me, at least. But I'd say like try doing the metal ones once I have the metallics in them.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, Mike?
Yeah, do you carry those, but in like the tall pointy thing, like you were showing us earlier, the pillar or
Yeah, I
whatever?
have I do have some shungites in a tower form, and I have some pyrites. They have another stone in them. Um, I have those too. I can try to get some terahertz. Those are, I only have little tumbles on those, but I can try to get some towers for you. That actually would be cool. So I'll send you pictures of what I have.
That's cool. That's a great idea. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So Nelly has an Etsy store where she sells all of her stuff. Nelly, do you want to tell us anything about that and what's available, and any, how people can get in touch with you and follow you and
Yep,
learn
yep.
from you?
Yeah, so on my Etsy page, it's you could go to Etsy, look me up under Nell Moon Jewels or nellmoonjewels.etsy.com. And I have there stones from all different sizes, from tiny chips, medium tumbles, shapes. I do a lot of like animal shapes there too, roughs. I have some large specimens. I also just started doing my chakra sprays or smudge spray. So I'll have those on there. You can also send me an email, nellmoonjewels@gmail.com. I brought my little sign here, so if you want to just take a screenshot, and here's my little link, you can go check out my page. And I always give a 15% discount with a coupon NellMoon15. So make sure to take advantage of that.
Great. And you have jewelry too, right?
Yes,
Jewelry
I
and
have
other
jewelry.
things. Yeah.
I custom make jewelry, especially for some of my clients who, I do readings for. They might need, something for their heart or maybe for their grounding. And I'll create a custom jewelry for them depending on what their chakra needs are. And I'll always take custom orders too. So if you're looking for like a protection set of stones, I can create that for you. So I take custom requests also.
Great. So Nelly, kind of in thinking about wrapping up, if someone wanted to start learning about crystals, one, how would you recommend they go about starting? And then two, could you recommend maybe the top 10 most versatile or useful crystals someone might consider starting their collection with?
Definitely. Yeah, I would recommend starting with clear quartz. That's one that I started with. It's just a straightforward clear quartz. It's always really good to kind of just have clarity, see where you're going spiritually. Also, clear quartz is really good to carry with you. So if anybody is sending you negative energy or any kind of energy, it'll go to the stone instead of you. So I'd always recommend starting with clear quartz. Or the best way to choose your stones is to, go somewhere where they have stones and actually get a feel of it. Like put your hand over the area of where all the stones are and then kind of feel which ones you're more drawn to. And that's usually the stone that you'll probably need, or you're just like, your spirit's wanting you to kind of play with that stone. So I'd say like intuitively, you'll be drawn automatically to some stones. Sometimes you'll find some that like you have to have, so you really need those. So it's just more of like, it's your intuition will draw you, or get a feel, or start with the clear quartz and then work your way up to other colors and see how they work for you. And then you could take notes, see like carry one, a week, try to carry a certain stone and take some notes, like how did that stone help you that week? Next week, try a different stone and, take your notes, because they help you in different ways, and you might not even realize it. So I'd say, yeah, just intuitively probably would be the best.
Do you have any books you would recommend for people?
Books. I have my Crystal Bible somewhere. I would recommend the Crystal Bible to start with, just the basics. Now, like over the last, I'd say like maybe 5 years, there's been a lot of more rare stones that are coming into the market. That are, not in the Crystal Bible books, but it's a great place to kind of start with the first, beginning, the 7 chakra colors one, clear quartz, red jaspers is really good. Just kind of like match up the colors of your aura. Sometimes you'll see some like pastel color ones, so those are really good for like stress, to tone down your energy. So I'd say, I like them all. I specifically enjoy clear quartz. It's just nice to have, and then add on to the clear quartz.
One of the stones that I see coming up a lot in readings for people is lapis lazuli, and that blue color, that always represents truth to me. So a lot of times I see that in people's 5th chakra if they're wanting to open up their fifth chakra and speak their truth and really align with the truth. That one comes up, that one, and I think amethyst comes up the most in readings that I do for people.
Yes, you're right. Those are, I think, the most ones that are most desired right now. Like people are struggling with their confidence and they need that extra boost, that, communication. I recently had an event about a month ago, and I had a gentleman just like really drawn to the lapis. And so it turns out that like he wouldn't leave my little booth, but it was like we realized after talking to him is like his energy was so low, he needed a boost of confidence, and that stone helped him so much. By the end of the night, he was like confident, happy. He was just like so excited. It kind of clicked. So is yes.
Do you have any lapis there on your desk that you can show us?
I do. Yeah, it have this blue lapis. Here it is, this guy. So I have a lot of these. I have some chunks. I have some animal carvings. But yeah, that one and the amethyst is really good for the intuition, developing your third eye, and then keeping it protected. So amethyst is good for protection.
Great. Okay, well, Nelly, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure speaking with you. I really appreciate, you taking the time with us and sharing all your knowledge. Do you want to go ahead and give us your website and contact information one more time? And I'll also list it below in the, written up show notes, but you want to tell us one more time?
Yes, yep. So thank you for having me again. And yes, to get a hold of me, you can, go to my Etsy shop, nellmoonjewels.etsy.com. You can also send me an email for anything custom orders, nellmoonjewels@gmail.com. And also I'm going to show my little QR code again in case anyone missed it, if you want to go check that out. And I'm also available to do readings in English and Spanish. So I'm starting to take appointments for before Christmas or after the holiday.
Great. Thank you so much, Nelly. It's been so great having you. And if you all like this video, please like the channel and subscribe. And Nelly will see you again soon. Okay. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.